The most outstanding characteristic of any chicken is the comb. The APA, American Poultry Association, are the so-called experts who set the standards for every breed of chicken, and according to them, while there are hundreds of different breeds of chickens, there are only 9 types of combs. The straight comb is the most common and recognizable of chicken combs, as you can see on this example of the barred rock. Barred rocks are often mistakenly called Dominica or Dominique. We'll explain the difference when we get to rose comb. The pea comb, as the name suggests, is a small pea-shaped comb, as you can see on this Easter egger. Easter eggers lay colored eggs in various shades of green, teal, and blue. Sometimes they are called Americana, not to be confused with the breed known as Araucana, which is from Chile and lays only blue eggs. The best example of a rose comb can be found on the Dominicker or Dominique. As I stated previously, barred rocks are often mistakenly referred to as Dominicker. They do look very similar. They both have the black and white checkered pattern. But the difference is a Dominicker has a rose comb and the barred rock has a straight comb. The strawberry comb, as the name suggests, it looks like a strawberry. An example of it can be found on the Malay chicken, which, as the name suggests, is a breed originated in Malaysia. Malay chickens, especially roosters, are not very friendly at all. A cushion comb, which is similar to the strawberry comb, but is not textured. It sits like a cushion on the head, as you can see on this Canticleer, a breed from Canada. The V comb, once again, as the name suggests, is shaped like the letter V, although in some breeds I guess you could say they look more like animal horns or devil's horns. Nonetheless, here are 2 interesting examples of breeds with the V comb. The La Fletchie, a rare French breed originating in a town of the same name, and a Courrevacour, which is an endangered breed from Normandy, France. The walnut comb, commonly found on silkies, a breed from China, and it's a bird with some very unusual qualities, such as its hair-like feathers, black skin and black bones, blue earlobes, and 5 toes on each foot. Chickens usually only have 4 toes on each foot. When I've crossbred my silkies with my other breeds, I have produced mixed breeds that have 4 toes on one foot and 5 on the other. Not all silkies have walnut combs. Some are born with their version of the straight comb, which I like to call the floppy comb. Genetics doesn't always perform as we expect. The experts would not recognize the floppy comb as a separate comb type, but maybe they should. A coronation comb is a rare comb type found on a limited number of breeds. However, when I crossbred my Duke-lay rooster, which has a straight comb, with some buttercup hens, their offspring had a similar comb to the coronation comb. But I suppose the professionals wouldn't recognize this as a proper coronation comb, but then again, maybe they should. My personal favorite, the antler comb, or more commonly known as the buttercup comb, because it is found exclusively on Sicilian buttercups. The comb is bifurcated with points on both sides. Genetics decides what comb type each chicken has, and the humans decide what is the standard of perfection for those combs. But genetics has other ideas, and chickens don't give a fig what humans think. This is Dame Havisham, a buttercup hen whose comb definitely does not conform to human standards of perfection. Nonetheless, her comb has a unique wabi-sabi beauty. Hundreds of chicken breeds and only 9 comb types. Unless you count the silky floppy comb, then there is 10. Whether you say 9 or 10, these combs are very different. So what would happen if you bred 2 comb types that were very different from each other? That's exactly what I did, and let me show you what happened. This is a cross between a Rhode Island Red and a Sicilian Buttercup. Rhode Island Reds have straight combs, but as you can see, this fine fella is sporting the Buttercup comb. His name is Cernunnos, after a horned god of Celtic mythology. This is Durango. I'm not sure what he is, but from the comb he's definitely part buttercup. He was hatched from a random egg given to a broody hen. He started out life as being just a nondescript little black chick. Those gold feathers didn't start coming in until he was almost grown. Then I bred a silky rooster with a buttercup hen. And got this. This is the first generation of silky butternut crosses. The rooster doesn't have the silky hair-like feathers, and instead of the 5 silky toes, he has the normal 4. His skin is black. The bones could be black, but since there'll be no dissecting, there's no way to know for sure. The most outstanding trait is the comb. He has the floppy, silky comb that is bifurcated with points on both sides in a rather delightful, chaotic display. I've been told it looks like he has a sea anemone on his head. To me, when he turns his head a certain way, it almost looks like purple flames, or the comb version of H.P. Lovecraft's mythical tentacle monster Cthulhu. The hen, like the rooster, does not have the hair-like silky feathers and the normal 4 toes instead of 5. She also has black skin. As far as black bones, there's no way to know for sure since we're not going to dissect her. Her comb is a single with a row of small buttercup points ending in just a hint of a walnut cone above the beak. I also crossed a Millefleur Duke-lay rooster with some buttercup hens. The Duke-lay is a Belgian Bantam breed, and the name Millefleur means 1,000 flowers, which is appropriate given their floral feathered pattern. They also have feathered beards and feathered leg shanks. The Buttercup is a standard size breed from the Isle of Sicily. Unlike the Duclay, they have no feathered beards and bare leg shanks. They do have a bifurcated comb with points on both sides, with golden feathers and black speckles. The Duclay Buttercup hens, like the Duclay, are bantam size, and like the Buttercup hens, they have the golden feathers with fewer black speckles. They also have feathered beards, lightly feathered leg shanks, and a straight comb with buttercup points. The Duclay Buttercup roosters have partially bifurcated combs, fully bifurcated combs, and some partially bifurcated combs that look similar to the rare carnation comb. Lightly feathered leg shanks and feather beards. There you have it, my latest attempt at crossbreeding, though I must admit my previous efforts have been less deliberate and more of a mix and mingle, let nature take its course kind of thing. It was sort of like the chicken version of Studio 54. That's how I ended up with Cernonus and Durango and some other very interesting crosses. Most people crossbreed to improve things like egg production size or to create a new show chicken. None of that appealed to me. I was really more or less just curious about what would happen if you took two breeds whose combs were very different from each other. Silky Buttercup roosters were a big surprise. The Duclay Buttercups, especially the hens, I find to be absolutely charming. These bantam-sized darlings with their gold feathers and fluffy beards and pert combs with tiny buttercup points just are really striking. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me via Facebook, YouTube, or email, which will be listed in the description. Now, please enjoy the rest of this video of my chickens doing what chickens do, and thanks for watching.